you were diagnosed in 2011, right?
Correct.
And when we were just talking, you said that was kind of a blur around that time.
Right. I was blindsided by it. I thought I was pretty much anemic. I couldn't get my breath. I had gone to several doctors. Nobody diagnosed it. The last doctor I went to was my cardiologist. And a friend of mine said, "Did he do a CBC?" And I said, "No." So I called him and asked him if he would. And I went for the blood work on a Monday. By Wednesday night, I was in the hospital. Came back flagged with everything. And when I went in, he didn't tell me what I had. So when I went in there, I was thinking I was still anemic and that I was going to need some iron. And they came in and said that I needed a bone marrow. And he said, "We're looking for leukemia." And nobody in my family had cancer. I had no idea. And yeah, I was totally blindsided.
When you're in that moment, if you even can go back to that moment in your memory, what are you feeling?
I think I was somewhat in shock. I just was hospitalized from that night on for 5 weeks. I went through a lot of emotions during that time, being scared, not knowing what my future was. I had children. I had a loving husband. That, these were all things that were kind of flashing in my mind. Why me? Nobody had it before that I knew of. Was I going to make it? Those kind of things. And then I kind of resolved the fact that it was out of my hands. And I was very thankful when I was free of the cancer.
When you connected with CSC, how did you learn about it?
Through Helen Graham. I went there for my chemotherapy. I was in chemo for 10 weeks, 5 days a week, and I picked up a brochure that was there and saw that there were all kinds of things to help me, and I called and came to Danzari, the dance on Friday morning, and met so many wonderful people who were also bald like myself, who had gone through this, some in different stages. Some were caregivers, some were survivors, and some were going through chemo. And I just connected. And then I started yoga, and then I started Tai Chi. And whatever would fit in my schedule, I started doing. I did some special things that they had on how to look good, how to feel feminine, different programs that were specialty programs. I sat in on a poetry class. There's just so much that they offer, and it's not just the cancer person, but for the entire family, which is just so important because you go through it with a group. You're not going through this alone. And everybody here had a connection to cancer.
From the ignorant perspective, I would say you're getting treatment at a hospital, you're getting chemotherapy. Why additional treatment, if you will, at a place like this?
Because you still have the emotional support that is so necessary to help you through it. If you have people around you that are positive, you all of a sudden feel like you're not on that journey alone. You've got people here that no matter what the end of your journey is, they're going to go that route with you. And people on the outside don't understand cancer. They go, "Oh, you have cancer." And some people have actually backed away because you have cancer. They don't want to be involved, or they don't know how to talk to you. They don't know whether they can touch you or hug you. Where if you're in a support community, it becomes your family.